After 1990, for instance, or in the 1990s, European politicians decided that East European countries should be integrated very quickly, because otherwise they perhaps would separate, or Russia would be too dominant and take them back again. Yes, some countries had a very hard time in adopting to the regulatories of European institutions.
Mm-hmm. What were the hardships this country faced besides the regulatory problems which they had? I mean, why do you think the European Union should have gone slowly, and what would have been the benefits of going slowly, moving expansion slowly?
That come by with a lot of dynamics and with a lot of change that takes a lot of time for people to adjust and to get along with it, with these changes. And if you push that forward too quickly, things develop in unforeseen ways and into direction that people say, well, perhaps former times were better. So kind of nostalgia
yes, okay.
Takes place and
apropos, has there been nostalgia in East Germany for the old system?
Not very often. I mean, virtually nobody in East Germany, apart from very few people, would like to have the GDR back again, that system. No, almost nobody. Although a lot of people argue that was a state and a system you could live on, not badly. And it was our country, that it was our history, and it was our experience to live in that country, and it was not that bad. And West Germans shouldn't come along and tell us all of this had been wrong. A lot of discussion about a specific East German identity and a kind of education and a kind of East German conception of politics, and in a way the media like that. These kind of debates, but I think it's up to everybody to form your own identity.
I think nobody misses the Stasi and nobody misses the party, but there's something that in German we call Ostalgie, Eastalgia, if you will. And it is maybe nostalgia for a particular lifestyle, a particular sense of community, a particular sense of security that existed in the GDR, and maybe of an everyday life that even in a dictatorship was of course not all bad. People had families, they had friends, they had holidays, they had workspaces, and all this is remembered and sometimes fondly remembered. And in the 90s, I remember there were Ostalgie parties. So people would meet and they would wear the clothes from the former GDR production, and some of the products like the special champagne that was produced in the East, or jam, or cigarettes. And today we have museums in which this everyday life is still remembered. And I read that recently there was an opinion poll, and 1/3 of the people that they asked in the East said that the advantages of the reunification do not outweigh the disadvantages. And I think many people would say that reunification didn't make their life better. I don't think there are many people who would say, okay, we should build the wall again and bring the old regime back. I think this would be a very small minority.
Okay. What opinion do you have about the European Union? You know, the European Union was formed by Germany with France.
Yes. Yeah, I am very happy of it because I taught French and very often in France. And I can't imagine Europe without this program of unification.
Without the European Union.
Yes. And we are very sorry about Brexit. It's incredible. President,
What opinion do you have about the expansion of the European Union in Eastern Europe, like Poland, Romania, Bulgaria?
I think they will profit too, but the standard of living is risen in Poland too, I think.
Yes.
But the revenue is not so good as many Polish people come here or to Britain to work there, yes?
People emigrate from those foreign countries.
Emigrate, like the Italians after the war or the Spanish who came to Germany to work.
Spanish.
We had Spanish
Whole country back then, so they could earn more.
agriculture, Spanish.
Agriculture. What do you think about the eastern, the expansion of the European Union in the eastern, in the Balkans, is it a good idea for the Europe to add more European countries to the European Union?
When they want, when they're, it must be a free choice, and the people, the nation, must want it, not the politician. The whole nation must say, yeah, we want to be a part of the European Union.